Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. You have me, the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer. Now, this is a beer that was sent to me by Nick from Maxwell Stars Beer Reviews. Thank you very much, Nick. This is a beer I never thought I'd have. Albeit, I never knew about the beer, so never thinking I'd have it doesn't make much of a difference since I never knew it existed. But this is a beer from India. It is a malt liquor from India. It's actually considered a malt beer. But this is Bellbird. Bellbird is 8% alcohol, and there's stickers all over this. It just says Bellbird Premium Strong Beer. It's from Blossom Industries Limited. This percentage, this actual 8% alcohol by volume, the alcohol by volume is a sticker. So right there's one sticker. What else do we have on here that's a sticker? This here that is not in English is a sticker, which makes it weird that it's on a can in Canada. Just a couple stickers. Just those really. There's so three stickers on here. And the finest malt and hops. So Keenan Group. I think this is the second beer I've ever had from India. The only other one I've had is the Kingfisher. Let's pop this open and try it. Ooh, there was a lot of room in this can. I'm going to put it in my crystal glass because you know what, that just makes every beer better, right? The glass makes the beers better. That is golden. Look at that beer. Pure on gold. Crystal clear. Gold. I can see the camera through it. Beautiful bright white head. There we go. Smell. Okay, so the only other Indian beer I've ever had was Kingfisher. This smells better than Kingfisher, I'll give it that. Only because Kingfisher comes in a green bottle. I've never had fresh Kingfisher. I don't know what fresh Kingfisher actually tastes like. I'm going to assume fresh Kingfisher is much like fresh Heineken, and it's actually a lot better fresh because you don't have any of that skunk happening to it. But out of the can, super, super sweet. Kind of reminds me of Crest Super, which I believe is also 8%. No, Crest Super is, what, 9, 10? So yeah, but super sweet, super metallic. Maybe Finest Malt and Hops is like a company. It's Finest Malt and Hops Hop Company. Well, Malt and Hop Company, and it sells you the lowest end hops and malts. No, I'm just, you know what? Before I get a whole bunch of guys from India going, you know what, I'm not even going to do my accent impersonation of my buddy Nintendra, because you guys are all going to get all up in arms, and I don't want to deal with that. Doesn't smell that great. Smells better than a lot of beers. Doesn't smell that great. Let's try it. Cheers. Okay. Very sweet. Very sweet. Sweeter than I'd ever like to really drink myself. That being said, of 7% and up macro brews, and this Bellbird could even be a craft brewery in India, I don't know, but it doesn't taste like a craft brewery. But of 7% and up macro brews that I've had in my life, probably one of the better ones. It's just sweet. It's just sweet. It's 8% alcohol, and there's really no alcohol astringency at all. It's not like, say, Crest Super or Fax Extra Strong or Fact Strong, or Molson Dry 10.1, or Labatt Blood Dry 10.1. It's not like those beers. It doesn't have an alcohol astringency. It just has a sweet astringency. And it's been out of the fridge for about 2 hours now, so it's closer to room temperature than I would like it to be at. And it still doesn't taste all that bad. I mean, if this was straight out of the fridge ice cold, you could probably just put this back and get 2 or 3 of those in you, and you'd be fucked. I don't know how much he paid for this stuff, but 2 or 3 of those, I would guess they're not much more than $3 a can, maybe 4 at the most, because it's an import from India. But if that is somewhere between $2 and $3 a can, that stuff will fuck you up good. You'll spend $6 and you'll be fucked. Well, no, if it's $2, you'd spend it, but it's not going to be $2. Let's say it's $3. Spend under $10 and you're fucked. You can't get 2 drinks at a lot of bars for $10, let alone 3 cans of this. Is it great? No. Is it good? Not really. Is it passable and acceptable? Probably. I mean, it all matters what you think of. I grew up on malt beer. Well, not malt beers or malt. I grew up with malt liquor. I grew up with macro beer. I grew up with that stuff. Is it stuff that I enjoy? Not really. I never really even enjoyed it then, but that's what I grew up on. I grew up with stealing my stepfather at the times, whichever stepfather at the time, because my mother's been married like 10 times, but whichever person's booze was around. I grew up drinking whatever was given to me. You grow up that way sometimes, and I did. And is it bad stuff? No, it's not bad. It's just not anything that I care for. And this is something that isn't bad. It's just not something I really care for. %8 alcohol. Sweet, nothing else. There's a little bit of like a hoppy background to it, kind of English-like. It's kind of dirt-esque. Is it really? Yeah, just a malty sweetness. A sickly, well, not sickly, but a sugary sweetness and a hop bitterness on the background. I could drink it. I could drink it without complaining, really. You know what? I thought I was going to be in a club. I thought this would put me in a club because Lee was sent a can of this too, and Lee and his brother didn't like it all that much. I thought I was going to be in a club like the Big Flats 1901 club that me and a few other people are in, which is more like a support group. But I don't think you need to be in a support group for this. I mean, this stuff is not great, but there's nothing really wrong with it. I mean, it's almost room temperature, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Yeah, it's Bellbird, not great. But if you really want to bitch and complain and say that it's horrible, you're probably just bitching and complaining to bitch and complain. And I bitch and complain quite often myself. I mean, I remember a video where I threw a can of Labatt Blue across the room and screamed that I hate it because it called itself a Pilsner. I was giving it a 0 out of 10. And I mean, we can bitch and complain for bitching and complaining. I do it, you do it, we all do it. But is this a beer that's worth bitching and complaining about? No. Is it a beer that's worth going out of your way to get? No. But does it have its time and place? I'm sure there's millions of people that would like this. And you know what? If you're a big fan of like a Crest Super and stuff like that, this is a better choice. It's a better choice. Excuse me. Thank you guys. 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's what I'm going to give it, a 5.5 out of 10. I can't complain about it. I can't. It's not good. It's not good for what I like to drink. But as a beer that doesn't really have any faults other than being sweet. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye.